welcome back to the 3 battle series. We're still going on to the water Gua, and now we're working on the battle of the legs. So just to review real quick, right? The idea is that you want to fill in the cracks, right? So when we meet the guard, right, you're trying to slip through. It's not all that different with the legs itself. From this, I'm going to name it as slip inside or slip by. So my footwork needs to work around his legs in the same way that my hands worked around his arms. Whatever shape his legs are in, I'll fill the cracks. So I might come in, right? And I might get to this position here where I have hooked his leg here. From this position, all I have to do is bend my leg, and he'll either go with it, neutralize it like he did, or you end up breaking their shins, right? One of the two is going to happen. And either one is good for me, honestly, because if I break his knee or break his shin, break his ankle, right? I mean, he's not going to fight very well after that. And even if he, neutralizes to the side, see how it exposes his back to me. So now I have all this to go with, right? So this can all work together in tandem with the hands, right? So as he comes in, right? You weave your way in as you weave to the cracks here. And you can use the same kind of method using to the outside of the leg, right? From here, same kind of thing. I bend into the stance, it either breaks him or he moves with it, and then I can smash him from the side. So don't mistake the idea of water just because it's trying to slip in and fill the cracks, and that is not as overwhelming as the heaven Gua. Don't assume that we're not going to have power with our movements, right? Because think about water when it comes to a tsunami. It's going to smash you, right? So when we find those cracks, the crack is here, right? I've filled in his crack, and then I smash him like I'm smashing it with a wave against the dam, right? You can also use this with subtle things like stepping on the foot, which is one of my favorite things to do in sparring, right? You come in, just stepping on the foot gives enough of a pin where you can mess up with his stepping, right? So he comes in, I step on the foot, right? If I throw him like this and I really stand on that foot, it might even break his ankle if he falls down. So do it at your own or their own danger. You can also use this to, again, fill cracks in the stance, right? So if you just hold the stance for a moment, right? Right now, his strong suits are here and here. Just as in his hands, his strong suits are here and here. This is where he's guarded. This is where he's guarded. So I can come around from the sides, underneath his center of gravity, or I come around from this side, right? When you step underneath their stance, you're putting yourself underneath their center of gravity, which makes it very easy to knock them over, right? Just if I push him here, right, and he resists, right? So I push him here. I'm not going to change how much I'm pushing. I'm just going to change where my foot position is. I wasn't pushing that all that hard. Because the idea is that once you're here, right, his center of gravity, if he's good, will be somewhere around here. I've put myself underneath that. It's like you're digging them out with a shovel, right? So that's essentially the idea. So he could throw a punch, right, and I step to the side here and easily throw him to the side, right? So this kind of gets into the balance theory from what we've already talked about in the previous episodes, but it's doing so by means of the legs, right? Because it's first my stepping that gets me to this position where I can more easily destabilize him. So you can kind of see how one battle will naturally try to affect the others as well. So never, when you're learning, you can isolate them, but never try to be so isolationist that's well, I use my legs here, but I don't want to use the balance. No, because that's inorganic, right? Naturally, they're all going to become one, where you're fighting with your hands, your legs, and balance all at the same time. So keep that in mind in your practice, right? So that is slipping by using the water Gua for the battle of the legs.